Gmail, stop doing things, Gmail. Why? Why you gotta do this? I swear, every time I log into Gmail, something's different. Oh wait, no, maybe it's not different. For a second, those two tabs looked like they were reversed. Is this really from Amazon? Looks like it might be. You know. Okay. So, we ready? The internet thinks we're ready. Or at least the connection. We look okay. Alright. So, Soul Blister got her level last night. I was gonna save her for today, but I just wasn't sure we were gonna get there with her. Didn't know if we were gonna have time. Okay. So that's taking a minute to load in. As it usually does. There we go. Okay. You ever get the most bizarre ads and you're just like, why? Why would you give me an ad for this? I'm getting ads for stores I've never ever even looked at the website for, let alone shop there. Ever. Because they are way out of my price range, so why would I bother? Alright, let's mount up. So we're going to start on the warrior today. And getting this one ready was right down to the wire because I was so busy. And then we had a night where we had a few hours of thunderstorms and I don't know what it was. I just could not scrape together the time to get this shit done. Which seems ridiculous, but I'm still getting used to streaming. Our first day of the stream week being on Thursday. I guess technically for some people it'd be Monday, but for me, I count, like I take 2 days off in a row from streaming. Because the husband gets a day for D&D, and then he now has a dedicated day for guy time with one of our friends. For them to dick about and do whatever happens to be the game of the moment that they're playing. And so I count those as like my days off, but I'm struggling to get used to Thursday being the start of the stream week, because we did Wednesday for so long, so I feel lost during the week a little bit, like I'm having trouble tracking time, so I'm not sure if I'm really behind or if I just feel like I'm behind. But this week I was definitely behind, or for today, but it was kind of down to the wire, considering I only had 2. Like, I'm like, this shouldn't have taken this long since I only had 2 challengers, but I guess I forget I'm so busy over the weekend that I don't have that much time to work on them. I don't know what does this weird ass little unlucky buff. It's gotta be a critter that I'm accidentally killing or something. Doesn't seem to do anything as far as I can tell, except make you unlucky. Which annoys me, and puts a rainbow behind you, and I'm like, if I'm unlucky, why do I have a rainbow? I don't know if it's a reference I just don't understand. I don't know. It could be. I just don't know. So, how's everyone's week been so far? Again, I've been busy. Let's see, what have we done? So, I've done 2 max level write-ups. Tried to remember to do all of the promo-y, podcasty things for the show this weekend. Trying to make sure I'm posting stuff for my things and what I'm up to in my places. I got the backlog of videos posted to YouTube. I think I'm gonna have to start scheduling them, because I get in this thing where it's like, oh, let me get these posted like right now so I don't forget. But then I know some people might get weird about like 4 different videos posting up and thinking that they saw them all when they didn't. So some aren't getting views. So I think I'm gonna have to start posting them. I think I figured out a time I want to put them live. I recorded the Yarn Fluffy video. I haven't watched it back yet to make sure my hands were in frame though. So I need to do that tonight, because I am in the process of fluffing the new yarn, since we finally got that debacle sorted. I've got about 4 colors out of the 17 that were purchased done. And this is a brand I haven't worked with before, but it's fluffing it's fluffing like the other stuff. I actually feel like I'm getting a little bit more off of it for the amount that I've fluffed. It's probably just an illusion, but it feels like it because it's a it's Paintbox Simply Chunky, so the strands are a little bit thicker, so even though the yardage on the balls is a bit smaller, I feel like we're not going to be missing out that much in the end. I think they'll be, oh, excuse me, it was a really rough sleeping day. I think we'll be okay. Look, you. I've been battling with one of the cats all night and into the day. I think I got maybe 3 hours straight. And then the rest was severely broken. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one first. Damn it. Oh, not that big of a deal. So I actually had to start using the cardboard sort of method because my thumb was getting a little sore trying to get through so much yarn as quickly as I could. And I got a little bit of editing done last night, maybe an hour and a half on the video I promised. I think I'm gonna export the video portion, and then when that's done, maybe go back in and lay the audio in on top of that. Because it also depends on how long the video starts to get, because once I hit a certain point in the video, my computer's like, no, bitch, this is too long. And I'm like, what do you mean? Right now, the cut down and sped up portions of the video, I'm about at the hour and 20-minute mark roughly, and that's so far 4 live streams, plus I'm working on the 5th live stream. Oh, I thought something was missing up there. I kept looking up at my buff bar and I'm like, am I supposed to have something? I feel like I'm supposed to have something. I always forget about Battle Shot on this one, most of the time. Because, you know, that's how we roll here. So since we're only down to the 2 bloodthirsties, I'm gonna be extending their stream leveling experience, I suppose we could say, just a little bit, just so we can get the time filled in, because I doubt you all really want to watch me fly around and pick flowers on the working man. Because I am treating her like a pacifist at this point, without worrying about proc skills. That's really all it is at this point in time for me. We killed a few things early on, but I've stopped questing. Actually, I don't know if I ever actually quested on her. To be perfectly honest, I think I grinded on her for the first few levels. I don't think I even bothered with quests. I'll have to go back and look, but I mean, there's gonna be account-wide quests on her that are gonna show up, but I don't think I did. I know she doesn't have a spec, and I remember hunting rares in Loch Modan till she was, I don't know, maybe level 15 or so. Before I decided that we were gonna stop doing that and just focus on gathering stuff. The one cat has insisted on sitting next to my tower of art supplies, and he keeps rocking the whole thing back and forth, and he keeps making me really fucking nervous. Like, it's kind of heavy with all the paint in the bottom drawer, so I don't think he's gonna tip it, but I do have some loose things sitting on the top that he's planted his ass on top of, which I'm not real happy about. But at the moment, it was either let him sit there or have him destroy the back of my chair. So, which was an all-night battle. He kept jumping on my chair and just shredding like the top of it, like back by the headrest. And I'm like, buddy, I can't afford to replace this chair anytime soon. You've got to stop. I'm gonna need to get some duct tape. I wonder if they make flamingo pattern duct tape. I'd have to look into that. I mean, I hate to do it, but if it helps preserve the chair. Was that Zuzu or Momo? I heard feet. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner tonight. I really don't know. I mean... Excuse me. Sorry, didn't mean to sneeze at you. Like, part of me kinda wants orange chicken tonight. Another part of me is kind of like, oh god, I don't feel like making orange chicken tonight, so... I don't know. Because I'm either gonna have to cook the chicken in the pan and remove it from the pan and then cook the sauce in that same pan. Or I'm gonna have 3 different pans going, and I don't know if I want that many pans. It's that or I cook the chicken in the oven. And that'll take like an hour. Maybe an hour and a half. I don't know. So we had a cold front go through, right? And, what day was it? Was it Monday? It was in the high 90s, and the feels like was like 104, right? Fahrenheit. By Tuesday afternoon, it was in the 70s. Or maybe Wednesday afternoon. I can't remember which. Maybe Wednesday afternoon. And it was just like, what? And then our local weather guys started saying, oh, well, I think our triple digit heat's done for the rest of the summer. And I'm like, I don't believe you. It'll be nice if that's the case, but I don't really believe you. But we have seen that the ragweed is in fact back in the backyard. We thought we got rid of it all. It came back. Dun dun dun. I think we're gonna have to do the wet newspaper in either dirt or mulch or something method to try to kill it without going the chemical route, because we've got all kinds of critters that I don't want them rolling around in chemicals, nor do I want to bring the chemicals in on our shoes, so. I'm not that fond of the weed killing stuff if we can help it. Because the dogs like to eat the grass, and then we've got a new possum apparently in the neighborhood, and we've got some raccoons, and we've seen at least one armadillo at one time. Haven't seen any deer. Excuse me. But I don't know where they would come from because there's no real way for them to get to over in our yard. We have like a tree line that separates the back of our yard from the properties behind it, but it's just a drainage ditch that's back there and it's not very thick, so there's not really any woods right there. But I do know that there are deer just down the road at the state park. Because I was sitting on a bench and had one take off and run in front of me. Scared the shit out of me because I didn't know there was any in there. Just one of like those whoa, what is happening moments. But then I saw why they were spooked, because some lady had her dog off the leash. Number one, there's a leash law in this town. Number two, you're in a state park and they have their own rules and your animal has to be kept on a leash. So no, Karen, put the leash back on your dog, please. Follow the rules. This is why we can't have nice things, because people think that they are above the rules. You're gonna bring your dog with you, just keep them on the leash. You have a leash with you. It is not that difficult. If you can't even be responsible enough to follow a leash law, maybe you shouldn't be allowed to have a dog. She definitely seemed like the type that wouldn't pick up after her dog either. I mean, they even provide potty bags at the beginning of the trails. Please clean up after your dog. It's not that difficult. It's really not. Alright. This lucky dust. I can go a whole level with it not happening, and then poof. It'll just start happening constantly. So, some schools in this area have started back this week. It's still so weird to me because it's like, but August isn't over yet. The summer's not over. What are you doing? But I think these kids get out in May. I could be wrong, but I think they tend to get out in May. So I guess the time's a little bit, you know, even for the most part, but it also depends on how many snow days they had to make up, although they haven't had to do very many snow days because they do the remote education. They make them do like online pre-made lesson plans or busy work for the day to make it count as a school day so they don't have to make the day up at the end of the year. because they only get so many snow days that they don't have to make up. And it like starts to flurry and they're like closing school around here, so I think the only times they don't do mandatory I think the only time I've seen them not do the mandatory online busy work was if there was partial power outages in town, and then they just declared it a regular snow day, or if they didn't have any work from all of the teachers, if all of it had been blown through. I think they only had like 2 actual snow days over the winter. Which kind of made me sad, because, you know, that was a thing for us growing up, was they were predicting snow, we'd hardly get any sleep that night because we'd be constantly getting out of bed and looking out the window. Did it start to snow yet? Did it start to snow yet? It's like one of the few times our asses would be up like right at 5 o'clock on the dot in the morning, listening for the list of school closings. Do we have to go in today? And then, you know, the disappointment of yes, you have to go in today. It always pissed me off when they tried to do a 2-hour delayed opening, because it really like completely fucked with the entire day's schedule. Not only in school itself, but also getting there. Like, half the time I'd have to end up going to work with my dad and be stuck sitting there until it was late enough that he could drop me off. And then it was like they did an early dismissal schedule, but we still left at normal time to make up for the missing like 2 hours in the beginning of the day. Like, this is dumb. Why are we here? I remember the one year we had to make up like a week's worth of snow days. And I can't remember which school it was. I can't remember if it was high school or if it was grade school. But the one year, they told us that if they didn't shorten our spring break, that we'd be going to school till the end of June or something, and we were supposed to be out like by mid-June at the latest. And all of the parents lost their ever-loving minds because they had already made vacation plans. They had already planned on going away. 12 strength, 21 stamina. We'll stick that in the vendor pile, I suppose. And it was just wild. They're like, you can't shorten spring break. We had plans to go away. We have hotel reservations, flights scheduled, and the school just kind of shrugged their shoulders and they're like, not my problem. You need to figure it the fuck out. But we're holding school this week. I'm like, this is why you don't plan to go away in the middle of the school year. Besides, I don't know why so many non-college kids college kids' families try to go away during that week. It's so expensive because all of the hotel industry is like, oh yeah, this is spring break week. Jack them prices up, baby. And I'm just like, wow. I know when I was trying to find a time where I didn't think we'd have to worry about snow or ice on the roads to drive to Florida, I was looking at different times of the year, and I'll tell you, I guess because Key West is known as a party town with all the bars and shit, there's a lot of bed and breakfasts that are like, we are not a spring break facility, so they're like very strict rules on who can check in and age limits and stuff during that week, and they make it very plainly clear that that if you start partying and being loud at their hotel, you will be asked to leave. So which always kind of fascinated me. I'm like, wow, okay. Like, well then. Wow, and it took me so long to get to working on her. I am surprised that we still have this much unrested to go, to be perfectly honest. I thought that would have been filled in a bit more. And the prices down there during spring break week are almost double at some hotels. I almost think it's to deter people from checking in. And if they do book it, then hey, more money for us. But because I'm like, why would you spend that much on a hotel that's like not even that much any other time of the year? It's crazy. Nope. There we go. So, WoW challenges. Bloodthirsty. Control your soul. They are a prot warrior. Dings level 53. So we're slowly getting there. We've got a slash played so far of 4 days. 17 hours, 50 minutes, and 14 seconds. Come on, fingers, get with the program. Total kills so far. $10,000. 277. Excuse me. So this week is supposedly the last week of alpha testing. So I don't know if we are flipping directly into beta next week or if there's going to be a week of downtime. I don't know. So, make sure that you're opted in for beta if you are part of, or if you signed up to be part of the WoW Challenges Dragonflight beta test crew. And make sure that you keep checking. So, what the? Stop beeping, people. 260 gold on the vendor trash. So make sure you keep checking your launcher to see if it suddenly shows up as Dragonflight beta under the in development stuff. Like when you, there's like a little menu bar on the launcher. So you're not gonna be able to see the launcher, but where, because I don't have it set up to show it to you, but on the launcher where it says game version, it says World of Warcraft, there's a little down arrow. If you click that, a menu pops up and it shows, you know, the classic server options, and then above it says in development at the top of this menu. And you know, like right now I have Lich King beta, Dragonflight alpha PTR, which seems to be, I don't know if that's PTR for regular and, oh, we have the classic Wrath PTR. I have classic Season of Mastery PTR, and then I have public Telstrom. So, for the live servers. So make sure you're checking in that section on your launcher, because you're probably not going to get any email. It's just going to be activated in the launcher for you. So 6 and 6 is 12. 4, 1 is 5. So like 5. 528. My brain just like stopped. Something like that. For this level. So not terrible. Not grand, but not terrible. I actually need to get Soul Blister to the auction house. I was toying with doing it last night, but I was like, I've got so much other stuff to do. But I need to get some cup hooks and set up a different area to store the yarn fluff, because I'm running out of room where it's not in the way. Alright, so Shaman. As you can tell, we're in a different location this time. We're on the backside of Sage Haven, taking that road that comes out and goes to the right. And she has, surprisingly enough, moved on to the level 60 mobs, which I didn't think would happen, considering how rough those foxes were with her. But she has upgraded a fair amount of gear before we came over and started doing this. And she's been handling them just fine. I hate how this dog behaves on the stairs, because it makes me feel like I hit a lag spike. And he just like teleports up them. We've picked up a few greens this level. This level she only replaced a cape, because there were no capes up on Auction House for some reason. When I went to go and upgrade her gear, there never seemed to be. I don't know why. But these guys haven't been too terrible for her. It's been a little slow going, but faster than it was in regards to making progress on those green mobs. So, I mean, these guys were giving 924 XP this level, so, you know, rested XP. So that definitely helps. If we had been killing the green mobs, it would have been like 286, and I would have lost my ever-loving mind. So I am glad that she was able to handle these. Granted, she's not taking on the mobs that do gore. She is only taking on our lovely moths here. that are definitely the safer option. I mean, she might be able to handle the turtles, but at the same time, the turtles would probably take a good chunk out of her. I'd probably have to make sure that the healing totem was down all of the time. So... we will see. And I'm expecting next level to probably kill these guys a little bit faster, but it probably won't. It'll probably stay the same speed. I would like for it to. Where am I here? Okay, there we are. I've been getting turned around a lot the past couple of days about where I am in my loops, which was really kind of disorienting when I was gathering on the working man. When was it? Was that last night? Or was that... yeah, I guess that was last night. Because I was watching something and trying to gather at the same time. And it seemed like whenever I took my eyes off of the WoW screen for just a second and then came back to it, I was like, wait, where the fuck am I? When I went to get back on my mount to take off again. That happened a few times, actually. I was getting a little nervous there. I was like, well, let's just chalk it up to being distracted. And, not having done the gathering loops recently. So I don't know if I am working on any challengers tonight. I might start getting these guys ready for next week. It sort of depends. I usually take my WoW leveling day off. So it's like, oh, we worked on these guys on stream and I'm not in the mood to deal with this tonight. I might not have time to tonight though, because we need to do a few things after dinner, and I need to do dishes and all of the things. I'll probably end up doing more yarn prep. And reorganizing the top sections of my art tower here. To see if I can get the other yarn balls in there. I haven't actually made yarn balls. I think turning them into balls would actually take up more room. The way they are at the moment, I can kind of squish them down. If I turn them into balls, then they're gonna get like hard, unyielding things, and I thought I had turned that off. Apparently I didn't. Apparently I did not. I don't think this horse would join in on the fun, but let's not tempt fate. Alright. I usually kill him up here. For some reason I pulled him down to there. But yeah, I've been pretty surprised. I mean, I knew she was going to be delicate coming into here, but you know, for Resto, she's holding her own. For the most part. I mean, she's taken on the 60 mobs before I thought she'd be able to. But she's definitely able to kill them without too much trouble. What's our slash rate on this one? I'm probably gonna have to flip back over to the regular chat. 8 hours, so we've cut her leveling time in half compared to last week. So that's interesting. But we are getting more than double XP compared to what we were killing last week, so that's working out there, so that's good. There is going to be a podcast this week. So, don't forget about that. That will be on the WoW Challenges Twitch page. And Lita's going to have Fair on. It's probably going to be a shorter show. But yeah, so that'll be on Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget about the Strike a Pose screenshot submission for your most awesomest challenger outfits that aren't transmogged. And they have to fall within the rules of the challenge that challenger is from. And there's a blog post explaining the details for that up on the website. And those submissions need to be sent in by August 25th so that Lita can put together the slideshows and everything and have it ready to go for showtime on the 27th. And the 27th is also the 7th anniversary of the podcast. And she's also requesting that if you have any fond memories from over the past 7 years, whether it be a memory that you love from the podcast itself or just your favorite challenge memory overall, then please send those in. You can send them into the WoW Challenges Facebook, the Twitter DMs, through Discord. You can email them into the podcast. But we do ask that those get sent in by the 25th as well, so she has time to do show prep. So I'm not quite getting a bar of XP through one loop. It's, I don't know, a little over half, I guess, on one rotation. Because the second rotation has us close to filling in the bar and we're not quite done it yet, you know? So that's a little hard to gauge. All right. Now, let's pop on up here. Oh, our mouth's not back yet. Alright, so I guess we'll just hang for a second. I was having this problem while I was leveling. Excuse me. Where, I was starting to kill them faster than they were respawning. Which I found interesting because I don't always have that problem. But periodically through her leveling process for this level, I was. And I was like, huh. And it wasn't always the same ones, so still I found it interesting. And if you saw the one up here on the rise, back in there, near the, like underneath of my profile, or my avatar up here, he came back first. Which I thought was kind of interesting because I killed him after the other one. So I was like, huh, interesting. Very interesting. But you know, we'll see how things go. So she is, what is she? She's 57. Trying to get to 58. And we'll see how things go here. If we finish early enough, we might pop on the working man here, because we're only an hour in. I was trying to time out how long a bar of XP was taking to fill in. And we probably could have added a little bit more stream leveling time to the warrior, or to this one. We probably could have done the 3 bars on this one, but as it was, when I was trying to time out the 2 bars, it felt like it was gonna be a little bit. But, I mean, so far this one's going okay. And at least we have the audio fixed now, so, you know, you should be able to hear me tomorrow for Planet Zoo. And I'm sorry about the audio issues last week. I didn't know we were having an audio issue. But last week in Planet Zoo, we spun the wheel, and we got restaurant again after just finishing the last one. And I could have been just like, fuck it. We're just gonna reroll because we just did a restaurant. But so many people are mad about the first restaurant being so busy. We'll just take it. We'll take it, and I think we're gonna stick it in over over by the penguin area, I think. Because we could use a restaurant-y thing over there. I thought about trying to like incorporate it into the penguin exhibit, but it's so cold in there, I think, you know, it wouldn't be worth it. So we'll just do like an indoor thing, most likely, since it's so cold over there. I'll probably do booths on that one, but we'll see. But I might have to work on somebody tonight. I don't know yet. We'll see. If I can get somebody completely ready tomorrow, then that'll just leave me one challenger to deal with over the course of the rest of the weekend, because I'm gonna be busy Sunday night after the art stream. His husband's birthday is on Monday. And I would like to get his stuff dealt with Sunday night. At least after my mom has stopped digging around in the kitchen and is out from underneath of my feet. Because I'm gonna need room to work to a degree. So we're about 20 minutes in on the Shaman, going by the weapon imbue that's part of her class. What was that about?
There's a puppy getting on the bed, I think.
There's no puppy on the bed. That's why I was confused.
He got down afterwards.
I wonder if he's terrified of Little. I think she's been swinging at him lately. But he started it when he tried to play with her. She's been sassy the past few days. She would just be such a cuddle bug if she let herself be that way. Because you see hints of it, but then her angry vampire street catness comes out, and I'm like, you weren't on the streets that long, were you? Like, you look like you had just finished being weaned when we found you. That's how tiny you were. She was full of piss and vinegar then, too. I was hoping that would have mellowed out, but I should have known better when I seen the weird smiley face of a mischievous glint on her stomach in her fur pattern. I'm like, uh-oh. Are you going to be a demon fur child? She certainly tries to run the place, that's for sure. She can't stand Ed, and she gives the rest of the boys quite the run for the money. I'm just glad she doesn't take Cal's shit. She gives it right back to him. He doesn't really mess with her. He has a different attitude towards her than he does the older female cat. Which is fascinating. He, like, does everything he can to avoid her. He doesn't even want to walk by her sometimes, which is kind of funny. Because I'm like, oh, somebody's giving you a dose of your own medicine, huh? So we've got a little bit left on this level. Depending on what time it is, we might hop on to the working man here for just a little bit. Not very long, if I do. We might just call it a short stream today. Nothing wrong with having a shorter stream today. I almost saved that working man for today. Her ding, and then I was like, oh shit, I dings, so. I haven't been on the new auction house yet, so I don't know if things are gonna sell any better or not. We'll see. What's wrong?
I don't know if I just gotta get the water out.
Oh, do I need to help you?
Nope.
Well, I wasn't gonna help you till I was done anyway, but... Alright, so... He seems to want to get that started right now, so he can have fun with that. We have some cases of water in the car that we need to get out of there. That he picked up. And he took my dad to the doctor's real quick. My dad had a doctor's appointment scheduled yesterday for his general overseeing doctor, I guess. He has like 15 doctors. And he got there, like Russell dropped him off, got him inside, and then he went to go do what he needed to do. And apparently when my dad got in there, they're like, that doctor doesn't have any appointments this week. He canceled all of them, and my dad's like, well, nobody fucking told me. So my dad was kind of pissed, having gone all the way up to the city. And then finding out that he wasn't in the office and had canceled all his appointments for the week. So they ended up having him do lab work instead while he was there. And apparently he got done with that just as Russell was getting back from running to the store. Oh, what is this? I don't think this is something we can use, though. No, but we can definitely sell it. I mean, that's worth 93 gold on its own, so... That's not too shabby. Not sure if this will be our last kill. We might need one more. Although this could do it. I'm not even attempting quick, rough estimate math right now. Okay, yeah, that did it. Just did it. Wow, we got a... This one doesn't have that much rested either, which is fascinating to me. So that took about... 2 bars took about a half an hour. So, I mean, in theory, we could take her down to 3 bars. For next week instead of 2. Probably be about 45 minutes, roughly. Alright. So let's get her photo. And we'll head on back to Healing Tide Totem. What is this new passive, friend? Us an additional 2 seconds. I wonder if that was the sound of something shattering in the sink, because that's what it kind of sounded like. Maybe not. Kind of what it sounded like, though. And now I'm suddenly thinking there's not going to be any forks for me to eat dinner with, so... Well, challenges. Oh no, Russell cut the dishes up last night, so there should be. Bloodthirsty. Tidal Soul. We are a Resto Shaman. Dings level 58. So we've got a slash played so far of 8 days, 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 49 seconds. This is a new personal best for me as far as shamans are considered, getting within 2 levels of max. So that's fun. Alright, so total kills. So far, 13,000. 754, not 574. Right, so we'll tweet that out. And then I will step out over here. And let's go ahead and vendor there. Let's do our vendor trash So vendor trash came to 412. And then we'll go ahead and get rid of these greens, along with the one that we replaced. So that was 540. Let's see, 2, 4, 1 is 5, so 52. So just under 1,000 gold that level. Not too bad. All right. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna have a short stream for today. So, tomorrow will be Planet Zoo. Saturday's the WoW Challenges podcast. Fair's gonna be on. Don't forget to send in your fondest challenge memories from the last 7 years, whether it's from the podcast or just a memory you have of playing them. You can send them into the podcast email, through Discord to one of the mods over there, Twitter DM, Facebook Messenger, whatever you want to do. And then also the Strike a Pose event. It's not really a contest this time, it's just an event. The details for that are on a blog post on the website. Submissions for that must happen by August 25th. We'll do August 25th on both of them just to make life easier. Alright. And then Sunday and Monday we'll be back to working on art. And we'll be continuing work on our current Bob Ross needle felting project that we just started. So you guys have a good rest of your week. I hope to see you, some of you or all of you, tomorrow for Planet Zoo. And until next time, you guys have a good one.